Hello, and I heard that you just randomly are interested in abstract art. That's kind of cool, and I think it's pretty cool as well. I teach a class about it, by the way, and I think it's a very unique way for new players especially, and just all players alike to learn something, well, a new building method that is kind of like fun to use for whatever reason. And abstract art can be like a pattern that you can just put on a wall and texture, or maybe it could be just the way you build a structure altogether. Who knows? It's really interesting, and I think it's a really nice thing to learn. So today I will be making a video on how to make your basic 2D abstract art, and you'll get to learn basically how it all works. It's quite simple, and I hope you get to, put it to use and actually make some pretty cool things with it and later on. Alright, let's get started. Also, funny enough, I will also be making this video in the abstract building classroom because I felt like it was extremely fitting to make abstract art here. I made a few examples really quickly of what I mean by abstract art, 2D. So you got your little, you don't really know what it is, but that's the whole point. You're not really sure what it is, you just kind of like it, or it looks like something. And you got these little patterns here, and you can do some pretty cool things with it. Like, for example, I can make this like a wall pattern, if anything. So let me just make a wall. I'm gonna make a red wall, right? And let's just make a red wall. This is one of my ideas on how to personally use this. Make it as like a little wallpaper, for a room or something. It's you can do whatever you want on it. It's a very open subject where you can do whatever you want basically with it. Let's shrink it up a bit. And yeah, all we really need to do now is just kind of clone it and then align it. But yeah, you get it. So just imagine this all over the wall, right? And just imagine this being just what a wall looks like in a room. You just see these textures and it's like, wow, it looks so cool. It's like slanted cubes. Well, you will be able to learn the basic simple things that it's kind of like a few step process to just even make it work. But I'm going to use my personal method on you making the 2D ones today. Alright, so let's move over here, right? I'm going to be quickly making a whiteboard. This is what I like to do. So you just, you can do whatever color you want. But I like to use a black cube because usually I don't use black. And then if I am going to use a color black, I would use a completely different color, for example. So I stretch this out a little bit. This should be enough space reasonably, right? So we got this, and this will be environmental. So keep it the way it is. Now we're gonna use a tool called surface tool on snapping right here. And this basically makes it so, let's start using tube again. We use a color that's more noticeable. Yellow. We will basically, you see where the pointer goes? You see how the tube's right there? Yeah, you kind of just draw on it. So it's pretty nice. This is the easiest way I know how to do this. And I think just to get a simple little line or something. Let's try to make a swiggly type of pattern here, a swiggly, like that. That's not actually what we're making right there, but so let me just do this. So I'm gonna start off with a small tube, and then just kind of use uniform shapes right here. To like just do several little tubes. I'm gonna just quickly make like the general idea of what I'm trying to do here. Depending on what you want, you probably want to scale up your tube or minimize it. There's multiple ways you can do it. There's no exact rule set on how to make abstract art. Alright. Whoops. One more. There. Here is one little like squiggly line. And I'm just gonna start, well, going ahead and doing the cloning process. So I'm gonna make it rotate. I'm gonna use snap 15, and I'm going to rotate it one snap 15 every line. Align this bottom part with the middle right here, so it all just kind of stays together. Hopefully. You can always adjust if it doesn't work out the way you want it to. So I'm gonna do this a few times. This might take a bit because I'm not planning on flipping it. So I'm gonna do 2 of these right now, right? And I'm gonna align these 2. Alright, after we did that, I'm gonna select multiple now. And now, just snap it a few times so none of them align to each other. See, that should be good. One more snap, actually. Yeah, there we go. So, I'll have to use a select tool so you can just skip the process a little. Align it again. All right. Now, I'm going to select all 6 of them and do it again. You know what? I want to use flip in this example as well. So, once I am done this one and this one reaches to the bottom, which it looks like it's about to. One more snap. There. So this one will reach the bottom too, perfectly. Align it together. Boom. Now, let me select it all. And, well, would this work actually the way I want it to? I kind of realize it wouldn't. So we're not going to flip it. But well, I don't think I should flip it, but I'm going to do it anyway just to show an example. So we use the clone tool as we did before, and then we do a flip. See, that's not exactly what I was planning to do, but I can try to make it work. Put it in together, and voila, we got this thing. Now, there's our little structure that we created. It's as easy as that, and you can make these really nice looking, like, abstract patterns. They're really nice to look at, and just kind of add a little bit more texture or environment to your rooms. So yeah, that's the basics of how to do it. So you just kind of create a tube on a flat board using surface tool and do whatever would you want with those tubes, and then you start cloning and maybe flipping them into a pattern. And yeah, this is what you get as an end result, maybe, depending on what you do. So yeah. And that is how you do the basics of abstract art. And now, I hope you get to put this into use and make it in your own rooms now. So yeah, until next time, goodbye!